Well, I think a lot of people that are new to the keto diet, they hear about people making bread and they kind of go, yeah, make bread? I can't make bread. It's too complicated. It takes too long. Well, it doesn't. And I'm going to show you how simple it is. Now, I was going to make some flaxseed bread because that's one of my favorites, but I ended up finding this nut flour blend. It has almonds, coconut, pecans, and walnuts in this flour blend, and I was totally jazzed. So I can't help but try to make a bread recipe with this flour blend, and that's what we're doing today. So the ingredients will include this nut flour blend, and I'm going to add flax to this. So we're going to need a bowl, a mixing bowl, and preheat the oven for 300 because that's what it's going to bake at, and a well-greased loaf pan. On the bottom of it, I usually put some parchment paper, but you can just grease it. You don't need the parchment paper. I just find it easy to kind of lift it out of here, so I invented that. Some people put it on the sides as well, and they just lift the bread out, and you can do that too. So you could either just grease it or put parchment paper, or both. All right, so everything goes into this bowl. That's how simple it is. So we're going to add 1.5 cups of the nutty flour blend in the bowl. I'm going to add the 1 tablespoon of flax meal, ground flax seeds, and 1/4 cup of the flax seeds. See, they're seedy. Oh, spilled those. That goes in there as well. And some baking powder is just 1/2 teaspoon. That's going in there. And apple cider vinegar is just 1/2 teaspoon of that. That goes in there. And what else do I have? Oh, the salt. So that's going in. Everything's pre-measured. It just makes it easy to dump. There we go. And again, I'm adding the tablespoon of my sweetener, which is my sweetener of choice is Swerve, but you can use your sweetener of choice. If you want to sweeten it at all, you don't really have to. And now I've beat the eggs, and I'm going to add the egg mixture in here. How long did that take? Seriously, how long did that take? We're just going to stir this up. We just want to stir that till it's nicely blended. So this is pretty good and doughy now. It's stirred up. It's all mixed together. And we're just going to plunk it in here. It is plugged in. I like to top my breads with this Trader Joe's Everything But the Bagel Sesame Seasoning Blend. It's just truly a great combination of nuts and seeds and things of that nature. And I know this already has I know this bread is pretty nutty already. Probably doesn't need it, but look how pretty this is now. Just sprinkling a few little ones on there. Now, I'm going to be putting this in the oven, but before I do, I'm going to put 2 loaves in the oven at the same time. I'm going to do the same ingredients, same everything, except for the nut flour blend, because I don't think everyone would be able to find it. It's a Pamela's brand. I think I showed this to you earlier, and I got it at Sprouts. But if you don't have that at hand and you just want to make some bread, you can do. I'm gonna do it with almond flour, because I have used just almond flour before, and it's one of my favorite breads. I'm just trying this new, so I'm gonna do the same thing with almond flour, throw them both in the oven, and we'll see what happens. Okay. go in the oven. It's been preheated at 300 degrees. It's going to bake for 45 minutes, and you'll put a toothpick in and make sure it comes out dry. Okay, they're going in. This is exciting. Okay, we wait. Hear that sound? They're done. Let's get them out of the oven. Make sure they're done. I'll stick a toothpick in there. Putting them on racks because we gotta cool them down. Gotta cool them way down before you cut it. Voila, nothing on that. That's good. That's the almond flour one. Nothing on that. And that's the nutty flour one. Okay. So we're gonna let that cool. Now, the thing with bread is you could freeze it unless you think you're gonna go through it really fast because there's no preservatives in these breads. So I get these storage containers at the dollar stores, and I cut it in half for me, and I freeze part of it, and I have the other refrigerated. And I think I'm going to make myself a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich out of the nutty flour blend one. I'm just going to toast it and put bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and an avocado on it. The great thing in the morning is you can slice yourself a piece of bread, put it in the toaster, slap butter on there, and a little swerve or your sweetener of choice, and some cinnamon. Oh, that is a delicious bread snack. So there you have it. I'm going to slice it up for you after it cools and show you what the inside looks like, okay? So that's all for now. So these have cooled off. Now the almond flour bread rose a little bit, but the nutty flour blend didn't rise that much at all. I don't think it rose at all. Actually, it's very flat. So if you want like a sandwich, I think the way to do this is to get it to the slice that you want. I'm cutting the nutty flour blend. Feels pretty moist inside there. And I'm going to slice it in half so that I have basically some bread to make a sandwich with. So there, I have sandwich bread. What I have done with the almond bread, if you want it higher, is I've doubled the ingredients, and that gives you a higher loaf. All right, so I'm going to take a little tiny piece here, and let's see how the nutty bread tastes. I'm not even going to put butter on it right now. It's dry. It sort of tastes dry because I may have overcooked it. It's got a great flavor, really great flavor. And I think just toasted, it's going to be perfectly fine because the flavor is so good. I mean, all those nut flour blends is very tasty. So the good side is it's tasty. The minus side of this is that I think I overcooked it, and it's it seems dry. But it's very simple. So, you know, try it, see how you like it, and let me know in your comments, okay?